Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is NoDust here, and we are going to resume our No Epic, Legendary, or Adventure card Rogue Ladder Climb. Okay, let's just hop straight back into it. Okay, Rogue Mirror. I like that. I won't keep the Earthen because I think I need a little more tempo to get out of the gate. The Backstab and the Loot Hoarder are fine, although the Loot Hoarder I may consider replacing, but I think it's good enough. I mean, even if it gets daggered down, there we go. Horse Rider's nice. Even if it gets daggered down, we're still doing okay, I think, because of how it cycles a card for me. And this is excellent. Now, do I want to tax your? Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's get you to weapon up instead of developing, say, an auto barber or some such. Now, if I manage to pick up armor plating, excellent. That is excellent, actually. Loot Hoarder, coin armor plating. Just to protect it from just asking you to do a little bit more damage. You know, just that one, in Hearthstone, that one bit of health can make so much difference. Like, if I hadn't gotten armor plating, I would have... It's fine. Really? Wow, see, that armor plating drew out a backstab. I'm really happy with that. I think I'll just ooze. Should I? I mean, to clear this, I'll need to backstab Horse Rider. I think I just straight up ooze. If he wants to clear the ooze, he's going to either have a second backstab, of which he's already used one, or weapon up Deadly, and that's going to take his entire turn. Okay, so this is some sort of oil rogue. And you did have a second backstab. Interesting.
I'm ready to learn.
I might have to sap the teacher. Let me think what I should do. Sap, weapon up. Yeah, I think I do need to sap the teacher. I can't let him gain silly types of value from. Now, do I spend the backstab to clear the Earthen Ring? Or do I save the backstab for next turn? I think I can afford to wait on the backstab. But I definitely don't want him getting tons of value from the Violet. And let me ask, versus Oil Rogue, worth sapping the Violet? I guess we'll find out. And now we get a fairly straightforward clear of the Violet. I mean, it's going to be expensive, but you know that this deck hinges around Violet. I sapped it and you played it again. You've got to have a handful of spells. You've got to have something clunky that you want to get many activations of the teacher off. So I think it was worthwhile going backstab, Horse Rider, swing at the Violet, just to slow you down. Since my turn 6 and 7 are going to be pretty good. The Sunwalker is going to be great. There may actually be a sap in hand. But, in which case, I should probably use an Archer Commander. Yeah. Less vulnerable to... I mean, sapping this, it's a much tougher decision to sap an Argent Commander. If I drop the Sunwalker, then, you know, sap, no problems. But the Argent Commander, you want to clear it. You want to clear it. And we saw both backstabs. So you're going to be using an Eviscerate on this? I sure hope you do. Or some sort of weapon damage. There we go. Excellent. That takes away... I mean, I don't care if this thing gets sapped, because the later it gets sapped on turn 7, I can play it on turn 8 with weapon up, with auto barber. It's fine. Okay, excellent. Do I have enough mana next turn? I think I do. To weapon up. I can weapon up, gain that buff, auto barber, and then Argus. Yeah, that's 8 mana. Should be fine. If it gets sapped, you know, that's fine. I can still Sunwalker, auto barber. This is definitely an oil rogue. Sunwalker is going to do a lot of work for me when it comes to facing down this oil rogue. And I will develop the second. Important to have the auto barber here to challenge whatever he ends up oiling. And I'm expecting Horse Rider oil or Deckhand oil. Second sap, that's fine, because this is what it's for. This is here to challenge the Horse Rider oil, Deckhand oil. Okay, so there's no oil play right now. That's fine. See, the saps are good, but the Sunwalker is so defensive. I don't mind getting it sapped because I'm just gonna drop it next turn. You don't have 3 saps in your deck unless you're running Kidnapper. You don't have 3 saps in your deck. So like, this is just buying me time. I'm very happy for it to buy me time. One of the best sap targets, because the thing with Sunwalker is it's taunt, it's got Divine Shield, it needs to be dealt with. He can't go face. He can't go face, or he or she, I don't know what the gender of my opponent is. My opponent can't go face unless the Sunwalker is dealt with. And it's already drawn out 2 saps. You know? And then you're going to take 4 damage to the face. That's pretty good. I'll take that. I'll take it. You know what? Guess what, dude? I'm going to set up some more taunt walls. But should we be... Yeah, let's do this instead. I'm going to hold the Drake. Look, now I have Mini Sunwalker. How do you feel about that, my friend? I have Mini Sunwalker. So really, This game vindicates me putting Sunwalker in the deck and me putting Argus in the deck. This really stops a lot of weapon-based aggression. And I might still lose. There may still be like a... Yeah, nah. You can't get through. Like, you should have saved... You definitely should have saved the sap for... That's fine. I could still lose. I definitely could still lose. This game is by no means over. Because if you have that amount of... I mean, that's a lot of burst used up already. And there's already been one Eviscerate gone. So I don't know what we're looking at. Prep Sprint into Eviscerate plus something else. Yeah. So I think the key play this game, even if I lose, was the sap on the Violet Teacher. Okay, that's fine, I don't care. Why are you running a Sabotage in this? You know, now it's my turn. Oh, I screwed up. Whatever. That could have actually made a difference. Now it's my turn for the oil. I think my opponent would spend too much time thinking about getting the oil combo down, and not enough time thinking about getting board control. Because the oil is only good when you have board control. Very good game there. Very happy with that game. Okay, next game. Okay, I don't think I want any of these. No, I don't. So yeah, that previous game versus Rogue, the Rogue Mirror, I think that the sap on the Violet Teacher, now that I reflect on it, that was the key turn. And then the fact that I had Sunwalker sitting in my hand and he just kept sapping the Sunwalker. I think he should have just dealt with the Sunwalker, spend an oil, deal with the Sunwalker so that I can't just drop it again. Weapon or ooze? No, I'll save the weapon. I'll weapon up. It gives me so much. It does so much work against the Paladin hero power. Very, very useful. There we go. And I will develop an empty SI7, a non-comboed SI7. Oh, actually, let's do this instead. Because this enables me to do turn 4 combo into SI7. You know, so. And the threat isn't much. I mean, you know, the attack is 1 less, but what are you going to develop on turn 3? An Aldor? I'll take it. Aldor, my clockwork. I'll take it. Okay, that is significant too. Okay, should I ooze Eviscerate? No. Okay, that's troubling, but I think I can just Earthen Ring. Yeah. And I'll save the Whirling Blades. Perhaps I should have left it up. I don't know, it's hard to say. If I had a Senjin, if I had something that survived the... Okay, that's fine. I think I'll be fanning here.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, I think I'll be fanning here. There we go. There's Senjin. Senjin will come in very handy. Let's clear this. There is the potential for me to leave it up and for me to use my weapon next turn. But I'm sensing some sort of aggro. I mean, you've got. I mean, this isn't particularly aggro. This is just what every paladin puts in their list because it's just the powerful, you know, Shredder, Muster, things like that. Okay. I think this is correct. Now I can afford to take some more health-based damage. Where are your weapons? You know what? Here's another question. Worth holding Ooze versus Pally. I think some of my turns could have been so much stronger if I hadn't held Ooze. So, are we going to come to a conclusion that this is a non-weapons Pally? I don't know. Let's play on the assumption that it is a weapons Pally, and let's see how it goes. Because it's just one game. Yeah, let's do this. Let's get a good clear here, swing here, and then I get to equip a 2/2 weapon. Very strong turn. And our turn 8, we've got a number of options to turn 8. Haven't dealt any damage to his face though, so that's a little worrying. But like I observed with the previous, okay, we have a boom. And I won't make that mistake again. I will be leaving this boom, not leaving the boom up, but I will be leaving the boom bots up. Eviscerate on this. And I will save the... Yeah, I will save the charges. Don't have anything else to buff my weapons. Let's do it. Yeah. Is this a non-weaponized Pally? Have they de-armed? None. Oh, yeah, it's a control Pally. But you'd still be running... I'd imagine you'd still be running things like... I'd imagine you'd still be running things such as True Silver. Or even a Tyrion. Anyway.
Here we go.
Again, not going to spend the backstab to clear the Black Knight. Not going to spend the backstab so I can swing on the Silver Hand. It might be correct, but I want to be backstabbing something else. It's fine. I already got value off your nonsense. Now, I may actually backstab Horse Rider down this thing. Yeah, let's do it.
Don't worry, guys. The cavalry's here.
Actually, you know what? Didn't see that play until it actually came to the fore, but we're weak to Consecration. Not super weak to Consecration, but this is still a fairly threatening board. I'm looking for my second Drake. Sorry, have I even drawn and played a Drake this turn? I don't know. I'm looking for some card draw. This is a spot where Sprint would have been excellent since we reached turn 10. And, okay, that's fine. I can challenge that with my Horse Rider. That's excellent. This is very much a control Pally. Do you even have weapons? I mean, I would be expecting a Tyrion in this deck. I would be expecting a Tyrion in this deck. And there's our Assassinate, so it's a pretty good deal. And I will develop this fella.
Here we go.
And like I said, this is going to be an experiment. I'm going to hold the Ooze, see whether it was worth holding. I think I'm starting to get the feeling it's not worth holding. Shut up. I'm starting to get the feeling that oh, it's an OTK Pally. Interesting. Pleasant Champion OTK Pally. So it's like a super slow, super stally OTK Pally. Yeah, I like it. It's interesting. Interesting enough. I think it will work. Yeah, interesting. Not something I would play. I think it feels a little gimmicky, but you know. So yeah, given that it was an OTK Pally, no weapons. If you're sensing control, I think what my takeout from that game is, if you're sensing control pally, use the ooze for develop ooze or tempo. I think. Question. I don't know. It's a tough one. I'll think about that. Let's keep it in the back of our minds as we run into more pallies, because there will no doubt be more pallies. Let's go. Okay, pally 2. I don't think I want to keep any of them. Sanjin is worth thinking about if it's a hyper aggressive pally. I do want to start quicker though. Yeah, so it's a good chance for us to test out our theory if we pick up the ooze. Though I think it is the exception rather than the rule that a pally will not run weapons. I get the feeling that our previous opponent, what was his name, Mecha 10, probably cut weapons for the Blessing of Kings and so on and so forth. Okay, that's fine. Do I spend a backstab? Yeah, why not? And again, I will develop the clockwork, I feel, because next turn I don't really have a turn 3 play. And next turn I can weapon up to protect the clockwork. So this is a bomber on a pally is definitely a sign of control. But different deck, obviously. I don't think you put bomber in an OTK, Blessing of Might, Blessing of Kings, Blessed Champion, or was it Divine Champion deck? I definitely don't think that would be the case, although, I wouldn't rule it out. Now, Mad Bomber does tell me, though, that you may be running some things like Equality. I really like the combo of Equality Mad Bomber as opposed to Equality Pyro. I mean, because Equality Pyro... So what Equality does is a 2-mana spell that sets all minions' health to 1. Interesting. Well, my friend, we have an answer to that. And then we have a turn 4 play, looking pretty good. And you're running Eldor. Does that mean you cut muster? Does Eldor mean you cut muster? Because, especially double Eldor, you start running out of space in your turn 3, in your 3-mana slot. I wonder. This is fine, I feel. I don't want to feed the Spellbreaker. There are many things in this deck that I will want to be spellbreaking. I mean, Pally just tends to have a lot of spellbreakable targets, such as, King's targets. Okay, that's fine, actually. You're feeding... That's fine. I could even just Spellbreaker swing, and I think I may do that. Yeah. The other option is to fan hit weapon up again. I prefer to have something on the board.
Here we go.
And this swing protects the Spellbreaker since, this thing doesn't have 3 attack. Like I said before, 1 point of health, 1 difference in attack and health is really all you really is all it takes to make a difference sometimes, and that's fine. Clear, okay. I will develop the Sunwalker. Pallies don't have things like... They do have things like Eldor, but they don't have things like Sap. And yeah, this is like a fatigue control Pally. With Humility, that's fine. It still pings off a number of things that I would like it to ping off. Okay. I think I get rid of this. And do I weapon up or do I play the Rusty Horn? I think I just weapon up. Yeah, I'm gonna need the weapon up to deal with all these little pesky dudes. Now, if there were more of these running around on the ladder, I would consider something like MCT. Okay, but we do have a fan, and that fan is going to do a lot of work for us.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, sure. But that extends even further into fan, so I'll take it. I'll take it any day of the week, my friend. Do I eviscerate that thing? I can oil, actually. I don't think the oil will make. I don't think the oil makes sense right now. I really don't. Yeah, let's just play it straight up. Swing and then weapon up. Yeah, the oil doesn't make sense right now. I'm not in a position to finish the game, and he's run out of cards. The horn will actually do a lot of work for me. If I pick up like Senjin, he's gonna have to run so many dudes into the. Okay, interesting. Why do you have a Kraken when you could be like you have a Justicar, man? Whatever. This is a fairly neat clear, and there we go. Our second Eviscerate has come into play. Very happy with it. Oh, that would have been nice too, but that's fine. I will save it. I will hold it for another turn, another time. I'm feeling like a Tyrion is going to be in this deck. I'm feeling like what else there might be in this deck. I don't know. It's hard to say. Yeah, so he's just going to do. You don't have enough card draw. I think our opponent has whiffed on card draw. This is excellent. Assassinate here is excellent. I will draw a card just to see where we're sitting, just to see if we have anything. No, I will assassinate. I will clear. And you are top decking whilst I have 3 cards in hand. So you are not in a good position, Pally. Even though you managed to get the Justicar off, you need to find a Lay on Hands. And there may very well be Lay on Hands. Okay, force to consecrate, that's fine.
Reporting for duty.
There we go, Drake. This is excellent. This is exactly why I made those changes to the deck. And we have the Flurry to set up a eventual full clear of the board if he sets up anything pesky. We have a Flurry for that. We have a Horn Oil Flurry to actually add a ton of damage. So how much are we looking at on the board? We're looking at 4 plus 5. This is 9, 10 plus 6. 10 plus. Hold on. 10 plus 6. We got 10. 10 here. Plus another 6. 16. It has to all go. It has to all go face though. And a 16 plus another 4, 20.
So many options.
Do I just go for it? Let's just go for it.
Here we go. Here we go.
We're one off, but he's going to have to find something. Yeah, we're one off. I didn't want to spend the brain power to think about it, but this puts a lot more pressure on him than it does on us. And you've already played that one Consecrate. And the second Consecrate won't save you thanks to the... I was pretty lucky, but you're still dead because of my Taunted Up Drake. Yeah. So it's an interesting deck, but if you're playing Fatigue, if you're playing for the late game, you're going to need some more card draw. Definitely my advice to this Pally Fatigue play would be put maybe Cult Masters in here, because you're making so many dudes, and the goal of your deck is to make dudes. Put Cult Masters in there so that sorry, I'm blanking. Put Cult Masters in there so that you can draw more cards, and that you can draw into... Because the issue there with him, or with my opponent, was that they were top decking, and they were at the mercy of their top deck, whereas I had a number of options in hand, and I was able to push them to the edge. The issue... the Coghammer saved him one turn, but I was lucky enough to get a Taunt spare part, and that decided the game. Okay, one more game. Let's go. Okay, a sap may actually be a worthwhile keep against a priest, but again, I want to start quickly. Yeah, let's start quickly. Yeah, I'm happy to see that our deck changes have made noticeable differences. This is a great hand. To our win-loss ratio. You know, many times these previous games, the things did come down to whether I picked up a Drake whether I got the second Eviscerate dealing with that Kraken then, and the second Drake just to refill the hand and empower your Eviscerate. And this is definitely a time when I would have liked to have the sap, but again, I don't know how worthwhile it is to sap this thing. I think I may just weapon up and wait for the Spellbreaker. Yeah, let's wait for the Spellbreaker. I mean, you know, if you give it a Divine Fury, well, no, Inner Fire, that thing that makes it powerful, I'll just Spellbreaker. It's fine. I don't care. There may be other Spellbreaker targets, but this is a 4-attack minion that is very hard for a priest to deal with. You've already put a number of resources into developing your Northshire Cleric. I think it's worthwhile to silence it. And we do have a future sap for anything else that we want to quote-unquote silence. Okay, so there's the Valens, it's fine. We have Buccaneer, Backstab, Weapon.
Here we go.
Usually Valens is almost disastrous, and I think that forcing the Valens and then being able to develop the board, you know, in response with my SI7. Now that's another thought that I've had. SI7 number 2. Do I want that? I think I probably do want that, and I'm gonna have to think about that. Now I'm feeling a Dragon Priest here. I can Argus. I think this is the best time to Argus, honestly, and I will use the 3 attack and my weapon to trade in, because 4 attack is so good against priests. Priests have a lot of, because Shadow Word Pain is 3 or less, and Shadow Word Death is 5 or more. So, you know, I'm gonna go 2 for 1. Go 2 fors. Okay, sure. You're digging. What are you digging for? What are you digging for? No, I mean, I'm probably gonna have to give up the. I'm gonna have to give up the. Actually, no, I don't. I can weapon oil. I don't often think about weapon oil, well, because I want to lose the value of the oil, but that's okay. It allows me to protect the 4/4. The 4/4 is just so powerful. It can do so much work against priests, and I have healing in my hand, and I have a flurry in my hand actually, and it's not too bad. Obviously, you'd like to get the double proc on the oil, the combo proc on the oil, but it's worth protecting powerful minions that are important, that are very hard for your opponent to deal with. Like you might have to Holy Fire this. Oh, Entomb. Okay, cool. That took his entire turn 6. So I'll take that any day. I will take that any day. And we pick up the sap. Very, very important here. And I will.
Here we go.
So we entombed an SI7. The SI7 may come in handy when he draws it, but we will see. Yeah, SI7 number 2. Let me think about that. If we have some more laddering issues, consider it. Yeah, I will consider the SI7 number 2 if we have more laddering issues. Now, I do want to sap this thing, I feel. Oh, the Assassinate. What else might I be assassinating? I may well be assassinating. Yeah, I don't want to spend the Assassinate because there's most definitely like a Ysera or a Chromagus in this deck. The Assassinate is good for that. And I do feel that the sap is fine here. And let's develop.
Here we go.
The reason the sap works is that if he plays it again next turn, I mean, obviously he's got a lot of late game. Dragon Priests tend to have a lot of late game, so sapping something like a Twilight, there we go. See, so the Nefarian comes out instead. Sapping something like a Twilight Drake, it's really hard for them to play it again. Now I will assassinate this thing. And we will keep pushing for damage. Now we are low on cards, that is true. I do have a fan. If I manage to fan into some Eviscerate or something like that, or if I pick up a second Drake Eviscerate, we can end the game. But let's see how we go, because there is likely to be... He's likely needing to play defensively now, given that I was able to tempo clear as Nefarian. Now if I had a BGH, I could have done even more that turn, but you know... Parameters of the run, friends. Parameters of the run. Parameters of the run. Yeah, so thinking about SI7 number 2, I think I would like an SI7 number 2. And I will try to find a place for it. That's incorrect. You should be doing it there. You can clear the 3 health minion. Yeah. Oh, well, you know, I can't expect you to know how to play Rogue. You obviously main priest. You have a golden priest. Okay, that's problematic. If it had been the other order, it could have been so much better. I'm just gonna have to hope for some RNG because I can't clear this. I can't clear this rag. I'm gonna have to hope for maybe picking up a Drake next turn because there's and the Twilight Guardian is going to come down. See, that's the thing. Backstab, top decking a backstab in the late game is like Sprint sort of mitigates that because you draw 4 cards at a time, so it's not really like top deck. It's not the only card you get. But it's so painful. That's partly why I don't want to put 2 backstabs in this deck. Like, say, I top deck backstab this time, then I top deck another backstab. It's like game over. It's just GG. You know, what can you do? That's actually the best target. I wanted it to hit me. Let's see what we find. Argent Commander can work. I can't finish this turn. Yeah. I have to play. I'm gonna have to play Ragnaros Roulette. I hope it doesn't hit me in the face. And that's just what happens if you go to late game against a priest. What could I have done better this game? I don't know. Maybe it's just naturally an unfavored match. I mean, you know what I could have done better this game? Have a BGH in this deck. Like, if I had a BGH, game would have been over. I really do think so. BGH is great against priests, especially control priests with things like Rag, because you shoot the Rag, it's a 4-attack minion, they have to use Holy Nova to clear it. You know? It's a done deal, but Blizzard likes to make certain cards mandatory, and not everyone can afford certain cards that are mandatory. Okay, I don't know why you would do that. I really don't. Unless you're just BMing me. Oh well, it didn't really make a difference anyway. That's good. Yeah, now you've got multiple... There's an argument to be made there for me to put in a second sap. Second sap versus super control, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to think. I'm gonna have to think about it. What is my answer? What is this deck's answer to heavy late game? Well, the answer really is. I think what turned the game there, and I don't think I could have played it any differently, was oil. Just the oil on the weapon, uncomboed oil. If I had waited for a comboed oil, it might have been better, but I think that decision was still correct at the time for me to clear his buffed up Azure Drake, the 4/6 Azure Drake that had Power Word Shield on it, and protect my 4/4. The Entomb actually was a really powerful play from him, getting rid of the 4/4, because he needed to get rid of that. If he'd left that up, I think the game would have ended. Like, I would have the buffed up SI7 would have done so much work. But you know, these things happen, and I'm not fussed. We won 2, we lost 2. I think that's fine, you know. And somehow, you know, even though we lost 2, we're back to rank 12. So I'm quite happy with that. Let's have a quick look at what changes we might be able to make. Like I said, I was thinking about the second SI7. Now, what I could be doing is switching out the Horse Rider for the second SI7. The difference that it makes here, the issue here is that the Horse Rider is great for oil. Horse Rider works really good with oil. And what else would I be running with oil? I mean, Horse Rider works good with oil, but so does spare parts. So my Clockwork Gnome can enable the oil to land on something that's ready to attack. My taunts are also pretty good with oil. I also have Argent Commander. You know what? Let's throw the Horse Rider out. It takes out. We lose some oil synergy, but we gain mid game power. We gain like it does. SI7, a comboed SI7 does the same thing as a Horse Rider, and I'm counting on it to combo basically, and you know, it deals 2 damage. This is more consistent, but it's really easy to clear for like the hero powers that can ping, like Rogue, Mage, Druid, even to a certain extent, Pally. You know, they can quite reliably put up a threat against the Argent Horse Rider. So, having said that, I think that I will make that change. Deck changes. Argent Horse Rider versus SI7. And SI7 has a little bit more flexibility as well when it comes to Horse Rider can be blocked by taunts, whereas the SI7 can reach behind taunts. So, say for example, a mage is protecting a Flame Waker with some mirror images. I can reach behind that taunt wall, and that's quite useful. Okay, so horse out. It says minus 40 dust, and then SI7 in plus 100 dust. We have a net gain of 60 dust. Yep, there we go. So let's make that change. I'm going to take the horse out. SI7, we will craft a second SI7 and SI7 in, and I'll just take a screenshot to update the deck. Okay, and I will disappear into the YouTube vortex to do the deck updating shenanigans. Be right back. Okay, I am back, and don't worry guys, I did notice that I made a misclick. Previously, I changed this deck whilst I was off camera. I had taken out a Valiant instead of the Argent Horse Rider, so it was a bit weird. I was looking at my list when I had the static list here that after I'd updated it, and I realized that it didn't look right. So it took a little bit of extra time. That's fine. Should be correct. Let me know if there's anything missing. We've got our double SI7. We don't have our Horse Rider anymore, and the dust cost of the list has gone up by 60, as I discussed previously. Okay, so pretty excited. Next time we're going to do some more work, do some more climbing. Hopefully, get even further along. Although, I don't really care. This is just an experiment. We'll see how we go. If we get stuck here for the rest of the season, that's fine. If we get further, that's fine too. Okay, so before we go, I'd like to thank you guys in advance for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I do this for the love, and every gesture of appreciation is much appreciated. Again, this is around Christmas time, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, different times around the world. But yeah, just have a happy holiday break. Enjoy your time, have a lovely time with the family and friends. Take it easy. It's not about the event. It's about spending time with your family and friends and having quality time and having laughs and stuff. Don't let the small things get you. Don't let the small things get you. Alright, so thanks for watching guys. I'll see you guys next time, hopefully tomorrow. And this is No Dust signing off. See you next time.